Hello, sports fans. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Inside Titan Sports. My name's Eric Kohler, and as always, thanks for joining us. Later in the show, we'll do our weekly sports roundup with our very own Michael Parsons, as well as do a softball segment as we highlight a couple players on the softball team. But first, let's head to the mound and please welcome the show. For the first time, we got Tyler Kaiser and we got Cam Weinberger right here. What's going on, guys? How are you?
Good.
Good, how are you?
Good, good. Hey, Tyler, so what's going on, man? You're sophomore, one of the starters. You're one of our guns out there for Coach Tam. You really spice it up out there. Talk about your secret and how you got excited about coming with Eastern Florida.
Well, I mean, I knew in high school I was going to take the JUCO route, and I did my research, saw that Coach Tam, ex-big leaguer, looked forward to it, heard a lot of good things about him, and I know he told me that he could get me where I wanted to go, so I always believed in him, and he's done just that.
Well, we're lucky to have you, sophomore sensation. We got Tyler. Now, Cam, you came to us. Now, you're a freshman. You had a great career at Spanish River High School, and then you spent a year as a redshirt at the University of Florida. Talk about that experience and how you landed here at Eastern Florida with Coach Tam.
Well, being a part of UF last year, we won a national championship. That was pretty cool.
Wow.
Didn't get to obviously play, but just being around the guys, and it was definitely an experience I'll never forget. But I got to talk to Coach Tam, and he gave me an opportunity to come here. Like TK said, he's an ex-big leaguer, and I knew he was going to be able to get me on the right track to the next level or wherever that path may take me. And I've trusted the process with him, and just hope we have a great year.
Well, Cam, we're lucky to have you. Now, Tyler, a lot of people know you as TK. A lot of people know me as EK. So it's nice to meet another guy. Now, TK, how did you get that name? Is it came through the baseball time of high school and college, or when did that populate on your name?
Yeah, ever since Little League. I mean, people, Tyler Kaiser, so TK, I don't know.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Now, you had a really good summer, though, collegiate level league. Talk about that experience, and you're getting some prospects. People are starting to look at you and getting interested about Tyler Kaiser.
Yeah, I mean, it was great. My high school coaches were actually my same coaches for summer ball, so it was nice to go out and not really have a ton of pressure, not have to worry about win or lose situation, because you go out, you play every day, so it's just
right.
You lose one, go out and play again the next day. So, I mean, I think just being out there in that atmosphere, knowing that each game, I can afford to mess up, and it's just trial and error, and figure it out. And I think that just was really just a big stepping stone for me in finding all my pitches, being able to work on different things and show what I had.
That's good. Now, Cam, talk about your favorite pitches. What's the strength? When someone looks you up on the scouting report, what do they talk about, Cam? What's your favorite pitch? What do you like to throw?
Well, my favorite pitch is definitely my fastball. I feel like I have command of it from both sides of the plate. When a new hitter comes up, I always like to throw inside to start, because I feel like if I set up the inside of the plate, it opens up the complete other side of the plate. And a lot of people don't like to throw inside because they're scared of hitting the person. And I actually, over the summer, I started to try to throw more inside and not worry about hitting the batter, and I think that definitely helped me, and it helped set off my off-speed pitches, and that was a big thing for me.
Tyler, same question for you. What's the pitch you like? What's your go-to when they look in the scouting report and they see Tyler Kaiser? What's your favorite pitch you like to throw?
Well, it's definitely going to have to be my changeup.
Okay.
I think I also throw a sinker too, which I think they have similar movement. One's just a little bit slower and drops a little bit more. And it's really nice going in and knowing they're sitting fastball and just throwing a changeup and them just swinging right over it. I don't know, it's a good feeling.
Well, that's good. So changeup. Now, obviously, I played a lot of baseball in my years, and I've always noticed that baseball players especially, have little nuances or superstitions. Cam, you were saying something funny off air about Tyler. What was the statement that you said about Tyler?
Well, TK actually pitched a game earlier in the year, and he pitched good. It just wasn't his best day. I've seen he's got great stuff, electric stuff, and he came up to me after the game. He's like, "Oh, I know I didn't pitch as well as I could have. It was because I wasn't wearing the same undershirt I always wear." I was like, "Oh, that must have been it."
Now, Tyler, do you have a lot of different superstitions per se, or is that your go-to? And when did that come about?
Unfortunately, it is. I mean, just I've always had a lot. I mean, got to have the same undershirt, the same socks. I mean, you got to have the same Gatorade. It's just, I don't know.
That's pretty good. Now, Cam, same question to you now. Obviously, you're having fun with TK here, But what about you? Do you have some maybe certain systems or certain processes that you go through when you head to the mound?
Well, before every game, like I personally like to just not talk to anyone
Okay.
and lock in and prepare for the game. Obviously, circumstances apply. If there's some music going on in the clubhouse, gotta
Sure.
get some of that going. But other than that, I mean, not really a big drive-line guy.
Okay.
But other than that, not really.
Now, Tyler, what are some of your goals with baseball? Obviously, you're a student athlete. You got to wear both hats. As a pitcher and a student athlete, and you got to get your schooling done. What's your really goal at the end of the day when you're done with Eastern Florida?
Just to continue at big university and get my degree, finish out, and then who knows, maybe play some pro ball. That's the goal.
Okay, and then same thing for you, Cam. Obviously, a great experience from going from Spanish River High School, University of Florida, now Eastern Florida, a great brand. What's your goal when you're done with Eastern Florida if you have a crystal ball?
Well, for me, I take a lot of pride in getting a good education.
Good.
My brother got a great education at UF. He was actually there as well. And the way I think about it is big league is the dream. And if I have the opportunity to possibly play professional baseball one day, great. And I would love to do that. It's been a dream of mine since I was a little kid. But like I said, I take a lot of pride in my education. So I want to, after Eastern Florida, I hope to get the opportunity to possibly play at another Division I program. And hopefully get a degree in finance and go from there.
Well, like you guys, listen, great job. You're always welcome back in the show. Cam and Tyler, good luck this weekend against Miami-Dade. And if you ever need us, we're right here on Inside Titan Sports.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you.
We'll take a short break, come back, and talk some softball. Stick around, as this is Inside Titan Sports.
Create the career of your dreams with a degree from Eastern Florida State College. Earn a bachelor's degree, associate's degree, or college certificate in growing job fields like healthcare, business, and computer technology. On campus or online, you can find inspiration and success. Anything's possible where Titans rise. Eastern Florida State College.
Fans, welcome back to Inside Titan Sports. Time to talk some softball. With that being said, welcome back to the show. The manager of athletic communications, he is Mike Parsons. Hey, Mike, welcome back to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's been a busy time, and the softball team is off to a pretty good start. And, we went out to Titan Softball Complex and caught up with a couple of the players, and one was shortstop sensation Nikki Pennington. We caught up with her this week. Well, we're out here at Titan Softball Complex, and we have softball sensation Nikki Pennington. And Nikki, well, first of all, welcome.
Thank you.
And talk about your season so far. It's been a really good season for you so far.
Yeah, but as a team, we've been struggling. In the last couple of games, we've been putting a couple of things together, and we've been getting better, and then progressively, and then sometimes we just fall apart.
Talk about what got you to Eastern Florida. You came home a little bit.
Yeah, I started out my freshman year at FGCU, and over Christmas break I transferred to Eastern Florida because I just missed home, and FGCU just wasn't the right fit for me.
And so far, you must like it a little bit. You hit a nice 3-run home run over the weekend.
Yeah, I do. I love it here. The atmosphere is great. I made a bunch of friends. It's just fun.
Talk about the season now. You 13 games in, really starting to find you guys' groove a little bit.
We're at this point where we either win one game and lose the other, and we play really well one game and not so much that next game. And usually in the games we don't win, we have one bad inning, and it's just we fall apart as a team in one inning, and we lose.
Talk about your game now. You play shortstop and one of the top hitters. So talk about the strengths of your game.
I wouldn't be the shortstop I am if I didn't have Mary next to me as my second baseman. I mean, we're pretty much a team out there. And as for a hitter, I was struggling the last couple games, and I worked extra hard. I stayed after practice with Coach Jim, and I was just swinging. I tried to swing out of my slump, and it's coming pretty well now.
Talk about off the field. What do you like to do when you're not playing?
Yeah, last weekend me and Mary went to the beach, and I got a little sunburnt. So we try to have some fun, but we don't really have too much fun because if we get hurt, we're done.
Talk about hitting wise. Now, what do you go to the plate? What's your strategy when you go to the plate?
I just look for a pitch that I know I can hit well. I'm not looking to hit a ball over the fence. I'm looking to drive a ball to the middle of the field, and if the pitcher misses, throws me a good pitch that I can hit, I can crush it.
Where do you like it? Inside, outside, high, low?
I like it high and in.
High and in?
Yeah.
Was that the one that hit the road out here?
Yes, sir.
Nice. Well, that's Nikki Pennington. You can check her out all season here at Titan Softball Complex.
That was a great interview. Now, Mike, talk about another player that's had a great start to her spring.
Yeah, definitely. Mary Waldron, we joke that she can play every position on the field, and we talked to her a little bit about that, and you can see that right here, Mary Waldron. Well, we're out here at Titan Softball Complex, and I'm with sophomore superstar Mary Waldron. And Mary, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
First of all, Mary, talk about this season. What have you seen the differences from this season to last season?
Well, last season, we definitely had more players this season than we did last season. But last season we struggled. We tried to manage what we could, but with what we had, we couldn't put one player in two positions. But I mean, we accomplished a lot last year, and this year we're planning on going further than we did last year.
And talk about that, because you're one of the players that can definitely play more than one position. You can basically play anywhere on the field except for maybe a pitcher.
I know, with Coach yesterday, he said I want to be starring tomorrow's game with pitcher. But I basically play wherever they put me.
So talk about this season for you personally. You've gotten off to a really good start, hitting-wise and playing defense.
Defense, I've been really focusing on like my mechanics, a little fundamentals. Everyone said that my weakness, but also my strength, was I go one speed, quick. And lately I've been really focusing on just hands to the ball and focusing on ball to the glove first. Hitting, for me, it was a rough start, but I've been really focusing on my strike zone and getting my hands in and keeping them in and just really focusing on what to do as a job. Talk about second base. You played second base all season. What is the little nuances that you've had to kind of learn and get down with second base? Well, transferring from shortstop to second base, probably covering bases, seeing the little plays like first and third. But, I mean, it really helps to have Nikki over that shortstop every now and then, giving me a little heads up here, heads up there, and we have our little like in the game kind of talk so we can work with each other and work as a team. Now at the plate, talk about hitting first. Where do you like to see the pitches? What's your favorite? My favorite, I'd have to say probably high down the middle strike zone or like low inside. But when I get up there, I just check the runners, see where the gaps are, see where outfield's standing, and just do my job to get them in. And on the base paths, you've been really good stealing bases as well. What's kind of been your key to how you've been able to steal that many bases so far? Just take off. Try not to leave early. I've already been caught once, but just when the pitch leaves, I just take off for it. Is it something that you're looking at the pitcher and you just know you're going to go as soon as she releases? Well, I kind of look at the shortstop, see where they're standing, and I kind of eyeball the catcher every now and then to see if they're giving some kind of cue to either pick me off or throw me down. But most of the time, I just see a release and I just go for it and wish myself luck at the most part.
Now, talk about conference season's right around the corner, and you've been through it once. Talk about what you expect to see from the conference.
Conference, well, from last year we had a tough conference last year, but this year with everyone being a fresh team and our teams being fresh and we're learning, we get more discipline and work harder, I think we can manage some wins here.
Well, that's Mary Waldron. You can see her all season at Titan Softball Complex.
Couple great interviews for a couple players, Mike, that really having a great spring for the softball team. And again, they got some big games coming up on the schedule.
Yeah, they really do, and those two have really been two of the leaders. There's a lot of really good players on the team this year, and it's been fun to watch this team grow, and that's exactly what they're doing. First season under Coach Jim Beatty, and they're really starting to grow into a really good program as they get into a tougher part of their schedule. They have a triple header in Titusville coming up next Sunday, and so that'll be a tough day. 3 games, 2 games is usual. 3 games is really a tough day. And so they have that, and then they're back on TV March 8th, so it'll be fun to watch.
Well, the biggest thing, Jim Beatty, obviously, he's known to build programs from the ground up. So far, what is your take, and what's his feeling about the program at this point?
Yeah, definitely. It's a growing process, but at the same time, you can see, you can see the progression from week to week, actually.
Right.
And this team is really growing together. And players like Nikki Pennington and Mary Waldron are really making that happen a lot faster than you would think. Mary Waldron is back from last year. She's one of the sophomores, and she can play everywhere, and she's really a great player. She hits up the top of the lineup and is one of the forces for the team. And Nikki Pennington has shown up and really provided some power and done some good things already. And so, it's good to see both the present and kind of the future coming at the same time.
Well, now there's one game they come at home. It's going to be televised. What's the date of that game so we can get our viewers to tune in and check them out?
Yeah, definitely. March 8th, it's a doubleheader, so 4, 6 o'clock games. And so the 4 o'clock game will be on TV, and it should be an exciting game. We're excited that we get them on TV for the first time this year, and so everybody gets to watch these teams.
I'm sure Building 8 will be very excited about that. Mike, can you stick around as we do our weekly sports roundup in our next segment?
Definitely.
All right, cool. Stick around, fans. Inside Titan Sports, that weekly sports roundup, that's coming up next.
Create the career of your dreams with a degree from Eastern Florida State College. Earn a bachelor's degree, associate's degree, or college certificate in growing job fields like healthcare, business, and computer technology. On campus or online, you can find inspiration and success. Anything's possible where Titans rise. Eastern Florida State College.
Hey fans, welcome back to Inside Titan Sports. It's that time for our weekly sports roundup. He stayed with us on the show, Mike Parsons. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, it's a fun time of year because everybody is literally playing right now, so it's kind of a fun time.
Getting back to baseball, we had a couple star pitchers on the show early in our segment. Again, baseball's off to a great start. Coach Tam continues to recruit top-notch pitchers. What's his secret, Mike?
Yeah, I don't know what the secret is, but definitely he has a lot of great arms this year, and it's going to be fun to watch, and it has been fun to watch, and I can't wait for them. This week they get into conference play, and so Friday night is the first conference game at home against Miami-Dade. They always have great games with Miami-Dade, so I'm looking forward to a great game Friday night at 6 o'clock, and then they come back Saturday at 1 o'clock and play that. So it's a new thing this year that we're doing in the Southern Conference where teams play basically a series.
Okay.
And so Wednesday they'll play a game, and then Friday, Saturday they'll play a game. And so it's the same team like all week, so you can really, like Coach Tam said, now you get to really focus on a series with a team. You have to manage a bullpen, you have to manage a staff, you have to manage the lineup, you have to really play like it's a real series that you play in Major League Baseball. So it's really nice.
I think that's great, too, because it's kind of a pilot scenario for them to be ready, like you said, for the big leagues. Practice makes permanent.
Definitely.
And I think that's great. Now, Miami-Dade, they always give some fits to Eastern Florida, but it's always fun to watch on the mound. But softball, again, softball's off to a good start. They're trying to feel each other out with Jim Beatty and stuff. Again, give us a synopsis on the softball team. Yeah,
definitely off to a solid start and, growing every day. The pitching staff's starting to round into shape, and that's always a big thing in softball. Once the pitchers get going, everything else seems to click, and we have some good hitters in the middle of that lineup that I think are going to carry the way. And, their conference season doesn't start for another couple weeks, so they have a little more time than baseball does to actually get ready for the real season.
Well, speaking of the real season, what about men's basketball? They finished the season at Santa Fe. They're getting high up there in the rankings. Talk about Jeremy Shulman. He's got them poised to make another push for the Hutch.
Yeah, definitely. Saturday's a big day. It's a conference title will be on the line, and,
Wow.
and we've won the Southern Conference title 5 years in a row. It's our first year in the Mid-Florida Conference, and so we're seeing if we can lock that one up as well. And Coach Schulman can just keep going with the conference titles and head into the state tournament on a good run. This team is very talented. We've talked about it all year, and he's
Right.
talked about it. They're just so loaded, and it's so fun to watch this group play. And I look forward to see how far this team can really go.
I mean, the biggest thing is the team is so deep
Yeah.
that sometimes he brings in 4 or 5 players off the bench. I mean, that's a lot. That's really good on the players, too, though, to be able to understand their role, to be ready when next man up. MJ Baker, women's basketball.
Yep.
They're having a great season. Talk about MJ Baker and where they stand with the women's team.
Sure, and their season's over, and so they're just poised, ready for the state tournament now. They're in for the first time as her first-year head coach.
That's
so,
awesome.
It's awesome. They're second place in their conference and how they finished, and so they head into the state tournament looking to get that first state win. We haven't ever had a state win in women's basketball, and we have a really good shot at it this year. She's got that team playing really well. Mariah Bates, who's been on the show, really playing well, and Alex Obufagay is awesome, and it's fun team to watch as well.
Yeah, great shooters, too. Angie Worley all of a sudden has woken up
Definitely.
and starting to shoot the lights out of the gym.
Yeah.
Sophomore day, special day on both sides of the ball, women's basketball, men's basketball. Talk about that special day for all the players that are checking out of Eastern Florida after the season's over.
Yeah, it's one of those things that the coaches say, but now I start to see it too. It's kind of a bittersweet day
Yeah, it
because
is.
you build all these relationships with these great kids, and then you realize, wow, that's the last time that you're going to see them play in front of you, really, as they move on. And both teams have 8 or 9 players, as sophomores this year, so you don't realize how many there are too. And it's a special night for both sides. And it's always a fun night, because you kind of honor what they've done.
Right.
And looking forward at the same time at how many, are going on and playing basketball at the higher levels. And so it's kind of a cool night to sit back and say, wow, I had this honor basically to watch these guys grow up and play for 2 years, and now they're going to go on to bigger and better things.
Speaking of bigger, better things, what about the golf team? Coach Howell, they landed themselves a big win in Alabama. Talk about that one.
Yeah, definitely. The men's golf team picks up a big win in the Coastal Alabama Spring Invitational last weekend, and pretty much took a first round, was really good. We're in position, took over the second day, and sophomore Fraser Davern led the way. He's a great golfer, and his second year here, so he was one of the guys that helped him into the national tournament last year and finished so well. And so he's back and leading the way, and he won his first individual medalist, from the spring. So in 2 tournaments now, they finished second and finished first. So, Coach Howell has the team poised and ready for another run deep into the playoffs.
I'm very excited. We're going to have Coach Howell on next week's show, so make sure you keep tuned in on Inside Titan Sports. What about the women's golf team? How they doing?
Women's golf team did well in the first tournament. That's a young team.
Okay.
And so Coach Howell's taken that over this year, and he's really teaching them, and you can see the progression with that team. It's funny, they're a lot like softball. As you see them, as the season goes on, you can actually see the improvement, and you can see them getting better. And so big things are ahead for that program as they move into their season coming up.
All right, well, let's talk some tennis. Bobby Cashman, first-year coach for the men's and women's teams. He's got one of the teams is top 10 in the country.
Yeah.
Talk about that. That's pretty special.
Yeah, the women's tennis team is top 10 now. They've come off a couple really big wins, and they're playing really well. And it's top to bottom with them. It's really been fun to watch him build this team because you knew the top 2 or 3 players were special,
Right.
and that they were going to carry the way. But the bottom, players have really come up and made this a really special team. And they're winning doubles matches, and that always leads to victory in tennis, because if you can get that lead after the round of doubles, then it makes the sprint singles a lot easier to deal with. But they have a big match Saturday against Broward at home. It's part of a big weekend on Titan
Right.
campus once again as we have another big weekend of sports.
Talk about the brand of Eastern Florida. A lot of games have been picked up by WEFS TV. They do a great job, first-class crew. I've got a lot of compliments in Orlando about they love the production. Talk about that exposure that's lifted the brand of Eastern Florida in general.
Yeah, it really is. It's funny because sometimes you don't realize how special it is because
Right.
it's just something you're doing. And you step back every once in a while and you look at it and you're like, wow, that's every bit as good as what ESPN and those guys put out. We'll watch something else on Fox Sports or somewhere, and you're looking, you're like, wow, we do that same thing. And it's kind of funny to see that we're doing things that well. But it's grown just like the programs have.
Right.
And it's been fun to watch it grow. Just like this show has grown. Everything seems to be growing at the same pace, and it's really fun time to be at Eastern Florida State.
Well, I'll tell you what, another thing is Mike, is the facilities now. Now, since we had the last cog and the last piece with the softball field, now it's like, now you can get those student athletes to get on the campus in Melbourne.
Yeah, definitely. And, you hear it from other players, parents and players all the time. And, last weekend, Drury University is from Missouri. They're a Division II team, and they were playing our baseball team. And one of the parents was like, this complex is unbelievable. And they just can't believe it because they play at a very nice AA field.
Right.
It's basically a professional field that they play at. It's off campus. So they couldn't believe that we have this nice complex right here on campus. And I was like, yeah, and I was telling them, did you see the softball and the soccer? And basically all of our complexes are like that.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike, you do a great job. Enjoy the busy season. You're always welcome back in the show. We'll see you next week as well.
Definitely. Thank you.
Well, that's all the time we have for Inside Titan Sports. Thanks for joining us. Catch us each and every week at the same time. For my producer, Rob Landers, Sam Hensler, and Mike Parsons, my name's Eric Kohler. Remember, anything and everything for Titans athletics, visit us online at EFSCTitans.com. Until next time, Eastern Florida, where Titans rise.